guys, it's Destiny, and today we are going to be building Cerydra within 24 hours of her release. Afterward, we can do some fun showcases with her, and before we get into today's video, I'd love to know for question of the day, out of all the wind characters in Honkai style, which one is your favorite? Mine would have to be between Black Swan and Bronya. Lastly, if you do enjoy videos like these, consider subscribing to see more content from me, leave a like to support the video, and now let's get straight into it. To prepare for Cerydra's release, I had to make a plan on how to get the necessary materials in order to build her when she came out. The primary materials that would need farming would be her trace materials and the weekly boss material to ensure that I have enough materials in order to get some of her traces to level 10, which I would do this as my primary farming for the past 2 weeks. Now, as for the EXP books and credits, as I do my dailies and just play through events, I end up getting more of these materials. So I wasn't too worried this time around regarding needing more EXP books and credits, as we were looking pretty good for that. Now, when it comes to actually acquiring Cerydra, I was able to pull for her yesterday, and Bronya almost ruined it all for me, but then Cerydra popped up anyway. So now that we have Cerydra, we can actually build her, which this was going pretty well until I equipped her free-to-play light cone and realized I haven't actually done enough of the restaurant event to max out this light cone. So we had to do a quick detour to McMem, and my goal being to get a 4-star restaurant in order to maximize this light cone. Things are going pretty smoothly though at McMem. We got to upgrade our restaurant quite a bit, and while aiming for the 4-star rating, we just literally kept feeding our customers pumpkin dishes, as pumpkin dishes at the time were able to get us even more revenue. But overall, as a result, we got a bunch of revenue from the upgrades to the restaurant, the pumpkin dishes, and so on, and then we were able to make it a 4-star restaurant, which means I get some extra goodies for myself, of course, but most importantly, we get to superimpose Cerydra's light cone. And now that that's out of the way, I worked on her traces, which thanks to my preparation that I mentioned earlier, it was pretty smooth this time around. Usually I have a little bit of trouble with the traces depending on whether or not I have the tracks of destiny, or if I just didn't pre-farm enough, but this time around we were pretty good on that. Now, as for the relics, this is where things were a bit rough, as I was trying to get Cerydra to 4,000 attack or higher and 140 plus speed or higher. But the 4,000 attack goal was a bit difficult for me to achieve outside of battle with the current light cone I had equipped, which after scrambling through a bunch of relics, I realized the light cone that we have equipped on her can actually just give her more attack in battle. But since we already got to the 4,000 attack and 140 plus speed with this build already, I plan to just keep my current build. And now Cerydra is ready to go. I really want to try Cerydra with my Herta just for fun, as my Herta is beyond E2. And if your Herta is E2 and takes advantage of the copied skill mechanic from Cerydra, this results in even more action advance for Herta, which can be a pretty fun combo. And then we can go from there. So for our first showcase, here we have the Herta, and we're just gonna get straight into it by using our techniques. So there we go, and boop. And boom, let's just get straight into it. All right, so Cerydra's buff is going to go onto Herta here, and now we're also going to put the debt collector buff onto Herta. Now with Remembrance Trailblazer, we can use their skill, basic attack, and now we can also basic attack once again right here. We can advance forward Herta. We can use her first enhanced skill, whoop bam. And now with Jade, we can basic attack. With Herta here, we can use another skill. And now with Remembrance Trailblazer, and we can also follow up with the ultimate here. So now with Herta, we can use her ultimate and then also follow up here with Cerydra's ultimate as well. There we go. Now we're at 7 out of 6 stacks, which is perfect. The fish are gonna blow up, which is great. So now we can just use one of Herta's enhanced skills, whoop bam. And now we're on to the next wave right here. Boom. Now Jade is going to come with her follow-up. We can just use her ultimate, get some more interpretation stacks onto these enemies right here. We can also use Herta's enhanced skill once again. Right, there we go. Now Jade's gonna come with the follow-up. With Herta, we can just use her ultimate. And boom. Now I can just use a basic attack. Now we can advance forward Herta. And now we can use her enhanced skill. Well, bam. Alright, so we are gonna take a bit of damage here, but it should be okay. Alrighty, there we go. We're just going to use a skill, and now we'll have the double enhanced skill right here. And boom. All right, now 5%. We're like so close to beating it right here. Okay, Herta did get advanced forward, which is perfect. We can just basic attack. We are going to skill. Okay, there we go. So much action advance, and being able to spam the skill as much as we can, we were able to zero cycle that, which Herta did a great job. All right, I actually wanted to try Feixiao alongside Cerydra here just to see how it does. And let's just use our techniques and then get straight into it. Okay, boom. All right, so Cypher is gonna come in with her follow-up, which is awesome. So with Robin, we are just going to use her skill. With Cypher, we are also going to redirect her skill onto the other robot here. With Feixiao, I can also use her skill as well. And now we're about to get a bunch of follow-ups back to back, which is great here for Robin. So now we can just advance everyone forward with Robin. Now with Cypher, we could just break. With Feixiao, we can now use her ultimate. Deal a bunch of damage right here, and boom. Now Cypher is going to come in with her follow-up once again. So for Feixiao, we can just use her skill. And now we can basic attack. And we can also use Feixiao's ultimate once again. And boom. There we go. So let's actually use now Cerydra's ultimate. Deal here with Cypher, just deal a bit more damage. Now I can use a skill. And boom. Now the duplicate skill is about to come in. And now we can use Feixiao's ultimate once again. And boom. I really want to use a Cypher ultimate. I'm just not too sure if it'll be enough to kill right away. So with Cypher here, what we could do is use a basic attack. With Robin, we could just use her skill once again. We are very close to getting her ultimate. You can just skill like so. Basic attack. Advance everyone forward once again. We can use Feixiao's ultimate. I think this might actually be enough to kill if we just use Cypher's ultimate right here. Yeah, this will be enough to kill. So I just wanted to try this out as I do have an E2 Feixiao. Oh wait, I lied. I spoke way too soon. I thought that would just kill them. I didn't realize this guy was just here. Okay, we can basic attack. Okay, now we can kill him. Boom, there we go. Okay. I just wanted to try it out since I do have an E2 Feixiao, which it ended up working out pretty nicely. Really wish that we could toggle Eidolons so that we can just experiment a bit more since my Feixiao is E2, so she'll get those stacks really quick. But I just wanted to try it out with my characters as I was really looking forward to testing it out with Feixiao, testing it out with the Herta. Then we can just quickly go over this right here. Okay, there we go. And then for those curious about Cypher, here she is. No Eidolons on Cypher. And real quick for my Herta, here she is. She does have her signature. For her traces, they are all maxed out. And then we also are using Isamo as well as Scholar. Isamo, since we'll get 12% crit rate, this allows us now to have 100% within battle. And then for Scholar Lost and Erudition, of course, that is one of her best sets to use. Which for the pieces, here they are. I really want a better headpiece, honestly, on my Herta, but for right now, I feel like this is okay. And for Herta, she is E6, but the main thing to keep in mind of with Herta in particular is the E1 for the synergy alongside Cerydra, as when you do use the copied skill, if you are E0, the interpretation stacks get reset. With E1 though, you will be able to reset the number to 15 instead, and also when the enhanced skill does calculate the number of interpretation stacks, it'll additionally calculate 50% of the number of stacks on the one target with the most stacks. Her E2, after using her enhanced skill, she'll be able to advance her next action by 35%. Now, when you are basically able to do this twice in a row, this now results in 70%. And as for Finin and Anaxa, I have already uploaded showcases regarding them with Cerydra, and I just wanted to try her out on my own account and have some fun with Feixiao and the Herta in particular. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, do make sure to subscribe. Leave a like to support the video. If there's any particular Cerydra showcases you'd like to see from me, do let me know in the comments down below and I can potentially do them for you. And lastly, I hope you all have a great one. Peace.